Hi guys, so I'm a little late with this video, but Sony's E3 conference took place on Monday, and with it brought a somewhat mixed response. The conference only focused on one area, new and upcoming video games, so anyone looking forward to a potential hardware or backwards compatibility announcement was left bitterly disappointed. Onto a brief overview of the conference. I did like the theatrical nature of the presentation, however I did find the direct and to the point delivery method of the conference overall a bit odd. It was kind of weird that there were very few intermission points in which a presenter came out and spoke about a game. Overall, the presentation was pretty interesting. I did see a lot of people complaining about the trailers for Uncharted Lost Legacy and Horizon Zero Dawn's The Frozen Wild because I felt as if they were advertisements for soon to be released games. But I really don't understand this logic, as technically one can view the entire E3 conference as a massive advertising platform. I will say that I do understand the disappointment in the sense that these are titles or expansions that we already know quite a bit about. In terms of new upcoming exclusive titles, Days Gone looked really good, but I did have some reservations about the zombie apocalypse style setting. At this point, I'm a bit tired of the overall idea of zombies, but the game looked very interesting, especially due to the fact that these zombies don't even seem like as if they're the main antagonist in the game world. Moving on to God of War, I did quite enjoy the God of War games, and it does seem like there is currently quite a big public interest in exploring Norse mythology. I'm very excited to see what sort of story the new entry into the series has to tell, and quite simply, I cannot wait to see whether battling the World Serpent will be one of the formidable boss battles. Spider-Man seems to have created both excitement and disappointment amongst many gamers. The Batman Arkham-style fighting system seems to have a lot of people thinking that it will follow a similar pattern to those games, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, as those games have achieved high acclaim and fanfare. The QuickTime event in attacking some enemies has annoyed some people, as they believe it has removed a bit of the sense of agency in the game. Out of all of the new exclusives displayed, the Shadow of the Colossus remaster definitely seemed to have created the biggest stir, as a lot of gamers regard the title as one of the best games on PS2. Personally, I've never played Shadow of the Colossus, so I am very excited to see why so many people regard this as such a great game. In terms of the multi-platform titles, I think I was already pretty much sold on Call of Duty World War II when they made the decision to return to the World War II era. However, the trailer did look pretty interesting and did make me a little bit excited for the game coming out later this year. Destiny 2's trailer did look more like an action movie than an actual game. I'm not really all that interested in Destiny 2, but it seems that if you are, you may want to pick it up for the PS4 if you really care about exclusive content. I do actually have a video that discusses the concept of exclusive content and its effects on gamers. If you're interested, please check out the link below in the description. Monster Hunter World is another game I've never played, but has seemed to have created some excitement. While it did look to be quite entertaining, I did have a distinct feeling in the back of my mind that this is probably going to be a game that I buy on sale. Sony did seem to place a very strong focus on VR content, as there were quite a few VR games showcased. In my Sony E3 showcase build-up video, I said that Sony would need to show me a game that would make me feel I really actually do need to buy PlayStation VR, and none of the games they showcased really did that for me. The closest was probably Skyrim VR, but at this point, even though I love Skyrim, I've pretty much bought the game 3 times now. And the experience and game world is pretty much an old and beaten dead horse. Probably the most ridiculous of the VR titles experiences was Final Fantasy XV's Monster of the Deep DLC experience. I didn't really think that a VR fishing simulator really did need to be showcased, but some people might be really into that. Overall, I don't think that the conference was all that bad, as the new upcoming titles mostly all looked very good. I do think a lot of people expected some sort of retaliation to the Xbox One X, and that's where rather disappointed. Some gamers wanted more footage from other titles that are known to be in development, for example The Last of Us 2, and then others felt that there was too much footage of games that we already know a bit about. Personally, while I did enjoy Sony's conference, I was a bit underwhelmed by both the Xbox and PlayStation showcases this year. However, at least we did get to see a lot of new games at both conferences. I would like to focus a bit on the idea of crossplay and backwards compatibility and Sony's stance on these two ideas, but I think both of these warrant their own videos. I do want to know though, what did you think about Sony's E3 conference? Are there any games that really piqued your interest? Please share in the comments down below. And if you liked this video, please remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.